Hi guys, it's Miss Roosevelt. So we're going to talk about An Accidental Affair by Eric Jerome Dickey. I finished the book this week and wanted to give you a quick, my review of the book. I left you guys with the first sentence from the book, so I'm going to reread that sentence for you. Plus, I'm going to do like 3 additional sentences for you, okay? Chapter 38, on the passenger seat, then sped down a damp Sunset Boulevard. Johnny Handsome was bleeding, limping, running, fleeing his trek, looking like a scene from a horror film. He saw my car coming and stumbled out of the streets before I could mow him down. That was when the Hollywood screenwriter James Thicke had just beat up the Hollywood star Johnny Handsome, for who had an accidental affair with his Hollywood wife, James Thicke's Hollywood wife, Regina Baptiste. What should have been a private matter handled between 3 adults quickly went viral on every social media network that I've ever heard of, and some that I've not even heard of. So it quickly turned into something that was much bigger than the famous Hollywood couple, and it blew up into something much bigger before James Thicke had a chance to even wash Johnny Handsome's blood from his knuckles. It was everywhere. It was everywhere. Accidental Affair quickly brought the famous couple to its knees. Regina Baptiste ran into seclusion, while her husband James Thicke ran to the ghetto, where he started having all of these hot, steamy sexual affairs with the different women in the ghetto, where he was in apartment complex where he was living. I don't know how that was supposed to make it better, and it seems that he wasn't using protection while he was on his little escapades. It wasn't far enough for James Thicke to hide from Johnny Handsome's mob family. And James Thicke goes into some real dark places and has to make a few life and death choices to protect his wife's career as well as save his own life. The book has it all: deception, blackmail, hot steamy sex, drugs, murder, love, wild t-shirt slogans, and some of them are pretty funny. Post-it notes, and you will see what I'm talking about when you read the book. A do not disturb sign, a couple of people from one of Eric Jerome Dickey's previous books, and lots and lots of interesting items in the book. I was so excited to get my hands on this book. I could not wait when I first heard he was coming out with the book. When I found out my library carried the book, I ran right over and snatched the last copy of the book off the shelf. I was so excited to read the book. Mainly because I really like Eric Jerome Dickey. I like his style of writing. His descriptions, characterizations, and dialogues are all supreme to me. I can relate to the characters. It's like they come alive in the book. And I can also relate to some of the places that he takes you. It's like you can actually see the places in and it's like the conversations in the book are like real life conversations that you may possibly have for yourself. That when I started reading the book, the initial scene was a little exciting to me, but that excitement, I mean, it was like here and quickly dropped down as the book developed. And although some reviews say that this is a real page turner, I found myself putting the book down again and again and again. I knew the story was going to be really good because Eric Jerome Dickey writes some very good books, but the storyline just went so slow to me, and that's, I think, why I put the book down more than I typically would. And some of the scenes in the book just seem a bit unbelievable to me, and it could just be me, because some of the other reviews about this book, they rave. I mean, he has rave reviews about the book, and it could be just me, I don't know. But the book did go very slowly to me. And when I chose Eric Jerome Dickey's book to start our little book club, and it was mainly because I know that I like his characters and storylines that he creates. I really do. But in this book, I had a hard time visualizing the characters. The main character was from Europe, I believe. Yeah, I believe James Thicke was from Europe. And Regina Baptiste, I believe her father was from like Spain. And I don't think I ever got a clear description of what they looked like. And it was hard for me to visualize them in my brain while I was actually reading the book. And that could be just me, and maybe I missed something. I don't know. And there are going to be a couple of other people who do reviews about this book, so we're going to see what they think about the book. We didn't discuss the book beforehand, okay? Like Eric Jerome Dickey's style of writing has really changed since like Sister, Milk in My Coffee. And I'm assuming that he's tried to appeal to the masses, and I can't blame him. Who can blame him? To be able to make money. But one thing is for certain about this book: you will need to keep dictionary.com handy, because he does use some really big words and you're like, what the heck does that mean? You have to go find out the meaning, or know how to use some really good context clues. I really like the way Eric Jerome Dickey pulls real people, current events, websites and places into his novel, and just intertwine them to bring his story to life. I really dig that, and I'm really happy about learning a few new words. It took me like a week and a half to finish this book, which is kind of an extremely long time for me to read a book. One evening I had to actually force myself. I said, no YouTube, no TV. I am going to sit down and finish the final half of this book. I read that night, and I must say that the excitement did pick back up, especially toward the end of the book. And I was able to, I read that night, and then I finished the book up that next morning, because I was determined to finish the book, and so that I could do the review. So the excitement did pick up, and some kind of crazy stuff happened toward the end of the book. So you must get to the end of the book so you can see exactly what happened. To me, this wasn't the best Eric Jerome Dickey book that I've ever read, and I told you guys before that I really didn't care for the Gideon series either. But that's just me. My husband loves the Gideon series, and he can't wait for the next one to come out. It's just me. But I will continue to read Eric Jerome Dickey's books. I am a huge loyal fan of Eric Jerome Dickey. The book is a little slow, but I think it's well worth the read. It's a very good read, very good book. Just a tad bit slower than I like, but once you get to the good part, then you can pretty much get through it. If you're interested in reading the book but haven't read it yet, I am going to put a link in the description box to the book on Amazon.com if you want to purchase the book, or you maybe can find it at your local library. One thing about Eric Jerome Dickey books, they go pretty quickly at the library and you have to get in line. Also, in the description box, I'm going to list out some book club questions. If you have read the book, then maybe you can answer as little or as many of the questions that you would like to answer to give your view on the book. Or you can do a video response to this video. I would love to hear what you think about the book. Next month is very exciting. I figure maybe we can do one book a month in the book club. I typically read about 3 to 4 books a month. But one book for the book club, I think is pretty good, and it's not too much less, because maybe you can go ahead and get on the at the library and get on the waiting list. But the book is going to be Home by Toni Morrison. I can't wait to read it. I am looking so forward to getting that for the month of June. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later, but I look forward to hearing your reviews on Eric Jerome Dickey's An Accidental Affair. Have a great night. Bye.